to people that use fireworks on random nights. Why? Do y'all live near me or something? One of my neighbors lights one firework every night. Sometimes two over a span of a couple of hours, but never more than that, and they almost never skip a day. IDK what long slow holiday they are celebrating, but they are certainly taking it seriously. Because the drugs are here. And not kidding. Near my home they use the fireworks to notify that the drugs are ready for pickup. How fucking majestic. Different color fireworks for different kind of drugs. And one also for when the cops arrive. But set off through a gun. To confuse the rest of us and make us wonder if there's some sort of holiday we forgot about. Did Jesus do something on this day? Quote, on this day, 20th of June, Jesus defeats Adolf Hitler in Smash Bros, effectively ending WW2. Just celebrating another day that I didn't die. Don't mind me. Jokes aside though, my neighbor does that sometimes and I can't for the life of me figure out why. I just figure they found some in storage and wanna use them, monsieur. Not me, but I think I've been hearing them outside for about a month now. Neighbors are annoying AF. I don't even know if they're actually gunshots or fireworks. Edit. I live in Chicago. No joke. And why do you only shoot off like 1 to 3 fireworks? That's not even a good start. Poor pyros. We can't afford more. Also in daylight. Why, my dogs hate you. FYI. This. Won't somebody please think of the doggo's dog face? I have no idea, but my PTSD and I are really fucking tired of it. I understand that some people really enjoy them. But can we please just keep it on designated days, hours? For the first weeks of July. I know that as soon as it starts to get dark, I close all the curtains and put on my noise-canceling headphones and do my best to block it out. Until it's light outside again. While I hate them, I get that the whole world isn't going to stop for me. And I'm not asking them to. But please, can we just stick to some specific days, hours, and can we actually enforce them? This. I have PTSD and sensory issues. I can handle it if I'm prepared. Like on 4th of July and New Year's. But when people randomly set them off, I can't. My mom is also affected by it because she was present at the Boston Marathon bombing. So it can be triggering. Plus I have to deal with my scared pets, including my dog, who will spend the whole night barking until they stop. I feel like fireworks have more negative impacts than positive ones. I personally don't mind city fireworks for special events, but I really don't think just anyone should be allowed to use them. With the exception of things like sparklers. No one needs to be setting off loud fireworks in their neighborhood. Emo. This doesn't answer the question. But the question reminded me of something creepy. I used to be homeless in Tucson. As for 4 years, my ex and I slept in a tent behind some bushes on the side of the road. We'd hear fireworks all the friggin' time. One day I was at a park where all the homeless hang out at. I went to the bathroom and a crazy homeless woman was in there. She was talking nonsense for a bit and then stopped suddenly, looks me dead in the eye and says, "Those aren't fireworks you hear at night," just out of the blue. I hadn't said anything about fireworks. I tell you, I didn't sleep well anytime I heard fireworks that night after that. Tucson has to be a tough place to be homeless. How do you survive the summers? It was hard. There were nights where you just sweat yourself to sleep. During the day we had places to go. We'd get up in the morning, pack the tent away, and go get our morning coffee, sack lunch, and soup. We'd sit at that place till the Sam Lena Library would open up, and we'd sit in the library until closing. Then we'd head back to camp. There were also some places they'd open up for the homeless in the summer where you could go to get out of the heat. I'm guessing some are celebrating Juneteenth today. Southern California, they literally go all night long every day. Seriously, WTF is happening? Queens NY insane. Driving me nuts. They start around 5 to 6 and it goes on and off till 3 to 4 every damn day for weeks now. I thought it was just me. So fucking irritating, especially when it's going off at ungodly hours in the middle of the night. And it sets off the neighborhood dogs. Also super triggering for people with PTSD. Seriously, what compels people to do this shit? So many huge Disneyland-style fireworks every fucking day. And sometimes during the day. Even my 10-year-old is like, who thinks that's cool? It really is frustrating and honestly pathetic. It makes me long to live in a nicer neighborhood that wouldn't tolerate this low-life behavior. I'm old enough to refer to the constant barrage as living in Beirut. I'm in a very nice neighborhood and fireworks are a thing this summer too. I'm in Louisville, RN. And it's not exactly the best neighborhood. So some are hard to tell if they're fireworks or not. Because anytime you hang out with more than 3 Mexican guys, a brisket, a bottle of tequila, it's 1:30 a.m. Too drunk to play cards or pool. Someone's going to say, hey, let's do some leftover fireworks I got in the garage. It's safe to assume all Mexican families have a $500 pile of leftover fireworks in the garage. And at a Mexican's house, you don't decline liquor. Don't ever say no thanks to their mom or aunt's third plate of food they bring you. And you just pop the fireworks. And I guess who gives a shit if the guy next door just got off an 18-hour shift? Am I right? Seriously, just once do you ever think, hey, maybe people don't want to hear this? I never said we were all that smart when I was younger. But yeah? No, we didn't. We only ever had a few pops in us before we'd get bored of that anyway. These days, I'll give people a few pops then head outside and shut it down like a grumpy dad. I'll say this. We kept the music at a quiet volume. My dog wants me to put on the Grateful Dead and turn on the lava lamp with all the CBD biscuits I have had to give her. Well, see, I was at work. We found our boss's screenplay he wrote, so we were giving it a table read. During that, I found out that my boss had used my name as the bumbling moron sidekick. Everyone wanted to take a break, so I invited them out to watch some fireworks my uncle gave me as a diversion from the pain I felt inside. Been a while, but my justification as a teenager was that it was fun. Legit response that tries to be fair to the people who set them off. It's mostly young men who have stashed fireworks and are hyped for 4th of July and just can't wait. They think we're all squares and just don't know what fun is, and they're forcing us to lighten up. Or that our discomfort is funny to them, monsieur. It came up a lot when I was working with young men in counseling. A lot of guys just need to blow shit up. This is the best way most can do it. I guess it's better than homemade explosives, but they're still being assholes. Teenagers and young adults aren't great at empathy. When I was a little girl, 3 of my older brothers were all in high school at the same time. They would always be blowing stuff up in our backyard with their buddies. Fireworks. Homemade bombs made out of 2-liter soda bottles, foil, and toilet bowl cleaner. And even M80s they bought on the reservation. They would go to Goodwill and find pots to put them under. Or figurines to smash. As a little girl watching them out the window, I was really excited by it and thought my brothers were awesome. Now as an adult, I feel sorry for our neighbors. Also, can you not? It terrifies so many animals and they get lost, severely injured, and death. They're illegal here, yet some cock one manages to set them off. Yes, and not only animals. I have a severe anxiety disorder, and if I even only hear one, I'm up all night with panic attacks. There are people shooting fireworks every night by me. Sometimes they're so loud and low to the ground that car alarms in the entire neighborhood start going off, as well as dogs starting to bark and me jumping out of my skin. Also would like to know why. I just fucking heard one go off. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna tighten it. Because they're assholes. Yeah, the dog's been freaking out and an anxious wreck all damn week thanks to our neighbors doing that shit. And when they were asked not to because it was upsetting the dog, they brushed it off and said, it's for Juneteenth. Quote, like, Y'all didn't even know what the fuck Juneteenth was before this year, let alone celebrate it. And you certainly don't need to celebrate it all fucking week. You live in the Bay Area or something? It always starts around 9 in my city, and sometimes they're really fucking loud. And they're not even Sky One, so I can't even at least enjoy the pretty colors. It's to scare the shit out of your dog so she can hide in the bathroom all night, shivering and jumping every time she hears a noise. Can you tell I think my neighbors are fuckwits? I bought a thunder shirt for my dog and it just barely keeps him from freaking out at every bang. Highly recommend you try it out. Been a game changer for me. Where I live we hear fireworks all the time, and figure it's for birthdays, weddings, any reason really, because it's within 2 months of the 4th of July. If fireworks are available, people are gonna buy the big boxes and set a few off every night. Exactly. Everyone's like, why now? Why are there fireworks all of a sudden? Quote, because they're on sale now. People who are inclined to buy fireworks don't buy one little firework. This is a product designed for those with poor impulse control. Think they're going to just put away that big pile of boom booms and wait patiently until the 4th of July? I live in one of the many places where they're not legal, so that just adds to the binging. Okay, don't get pissed off when I track down the source and blow an air horn right next to where you're lighting off fireworks. If I don't get to sleep, nobody will. I will fight fire with air. Enjoy not sleeping. I'm curious where they were getting them because I have never seen a fireworks stand. There's a statewide ban and we're on severe fire restrictions. You have to cross state lines and it's super annoying to drive near the border because the highway is crawling with cops who pull over anything that doesn't look like a nun or a math teacher. Bottle Rocket Wars Part 2. Why does it look like that money could have been better spent on your home, car or clothes? Spoiler alert. They also spend it on their car, usually in the form of an exhaust system to make it sound more like a giant lawnmower. Someone in my neighborhood lights off fireworks every single night, including work nights, at 10 p.m. every night. It wakes me up and then it takes me hours to fall back asleep because my heart is racing from the noise. There's been posts on my town Facebook page that the noise is setting off veterans, dogs, and babies too. People who light off fireworks every night are disrespectful, selfish brats who need to get a real hobby, and you can't change my mind on that. Small town living, off and on all summer long, like 20 bottle rockets, then nothing for a few days. Random AF. Ramping up to the 4th, there'll be more and more. Some house on the block next to mine is lighting off what sounds like literal bombs. I can feel the vibration, hear the asterisk boom asterisk, and plenty of car alarms go off. What in the Sam Hill? I think eventually they'll find what's in Sam Hill with those bombs they have. Well, today they are going off because it is Juneteenth. Today isn't Rondo, monsieur. The world is not America. I had the fuckers going off for nearly 2 hours last night and it definitely was not for Juneteenth. Right, but the assumption is if you're hearing a shit ton of fireworks on the 19th of June is because it's not a random night in America. So the assumption is that as a stranger on the internet, you're more than likely hearing them and not understanding why as an American who isn't educated about Juneteenth. That's the thing about talking to strangers on the internet. You never know who or where they are from initially. Also, the way other countries has been handling the injustice in the black communities in America, I wouldn't be surprised if there were some people shooting off fireworks for Juneteenth in other countries, perhaps as a sign of solidarity for the people dealing with injustices in America. Who knows? Then again, maybe it's just kids who found fireworks to fire off at each other. If you didn't catch further up the thread, several people in several cities in US have been reporting fireworks happening nightly for past couple months at least. However, last night probably was increased for Juneteenth. I've been hearing one every night in downtown LA since the riots. Thought it was just here. Seriously, if you go to any random city subreddit, you will see posts about fireworks. It's something that is unavoidable. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.